You want to be charging more for your services, which means you've got to show up like a pro. And when it comes to doing that online, you need your viewers to instantly trust you and to know you're the one that can help them solve their problem. But if your website looks amateurish or overall just kind of feels cheap, even if what you provide is extremely valuable, you're going to appear untrustworthy and your viewers are going to click away in search of someone who appears to better know what they're doing. Don't worry though, there are a few things that I'm going to share with you in this video that will help you take your website from meh to magnificent. Hi there, I'm Alli and I help entrepreneurs elevate their brand and online presence so that they can connect with their audience quickly and confidently and make more money in their business, because that's the goal here, right? If you want to be making more money, then you're going to need to show up and appear like the expert you are. Now, if you're thinking, yeah, Alli, of course I want my website to look sleek and high-end, but it kind of looks like a kindergartner made it, then let me fill you in on a little secret. Most of what makes a website look more professional is in the small details, the things that you think no one else probably even notices. But those subtle aspects actually have a really big impact on how a user perceives your site. So I want to share with you the most common mistakes that I see in website design and how you can fix them. Because if you have a site that looks something like this, I really want you to be able to elevate it to be more like this. The first thing to do is pay attention to your alignment and spacing around the elements on the page. As humans, we are drawn to things that are balanced. So when something isn't aligned correctly, it jumps off the page, but in a bad way. It just looks wrong. This is very true when it comes to website design. If all of your elements are simply placed on the page with no rhyme or reason, and they don't really work together or flow in a pattern, or there's no structure involved, things are really gonna get messy quickly. One thing that you're gonna notice about more luxurious brands' websites is that there is often a lot of what we designers call white space. It's not always white in color, but it's actually the breathing room or the space around the elements on the page. Of course, you can have too much white space, and that's gonna make your page appear more bland or boring. But with a nice right amount of white space around your elements, that's going to make your design overall less chaotic. The second thing to do is reconsider your color palette. Choosing a color that's the right fit for your business and one that attracts your audience to your business is key. But what's even more important is the way that you use those colors. More often than not, I find that non-designers love to create palettes with really bold and bright colors, like this for an example. Now, it could be really easy to just slap these colors up on your website, call it a day, and have it end up something like this. But if you pull back on those bold, bright colors and reserve those for small details and calls to action, and instead rely on the neutral colors in your color palette to do the heavy lifting, you're gonna end up with a more subdued and elevated website. Next up are your images, and they've got to be good. If you're relying on low quality images or images that just don't fit the space properly, you will ruin an otherwise decent website. Remember, your audience is making a snap decision on your credibility and whether or not they can trust you. So if your images aren't clear, or if there's bad lighting, or if they're just cropped in a weird way, that's only going to reflect poorly on you. I know not everyone has the capability to hire a photographer, especially when they are just starting out, and that is absolutely okay. There are many excellent stock photo websites where you can find great images to choose from, so no excuses here. Just be sure to stay away from all the cheesy images of people showing over-exaggerated emotions and stick to people looking more natural instead. One more thing that you need to fix on your website in order to look more professional is to cut down your copy. People just don't have time to sift through long blocks of copy. Not only that, but if your site is full of all these words, it's gonna start getting really busy, and people will end up glazing over all of the words and jumping ahead to where you've added white space, or where you've directed their eye with use of color, or where you've added a really great image. All of these things we've been talking about throughout this video. So you want to be sure to break up any longer pieces of content with headlines and subheads and bullet points and icons so that your message can come through clearly. The end result of fixing these often overlooked small details will be an elevated website that shows your offer in the best light possible. This way, your viewers will perceive what you do, your work, as better than your competitors, and they'll be willing to pay for it. And that's the goal, right? You want your website to convert your browsers into buyers. So if you've been struggling with this, I want you to come to my free live training on September 27th. I'll be sharing the exact steps you need to take to get your business online strategically so that you can connect with your audience and start making money. Head over to dowelldesignstudio.com/training to grab your spot. I'll see you there.